Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome to Hidden Truths. Seriously, who doesn't love a little bit of Las Vegas? The lights, the glamour, the chance to win big and be somebody for a night. It's addictive. But what if I told you that behind all the glitz and glam, there's a dark side to Las Vegas, a side that most tourists never see, a side as disturbing as it is fascinating. We're going on a tour of the Las Vegas Strip, but not the one you see on postcards. This is the Las Vegas of secrets, scandals, and sins. So buckle up, grab your conspiracy boards, and maybe a stiff drink. You're gonna need it, because things are about to get shady real quick. Alright guys, before we get into the scary stories, we need to go back in time, to the very beginning. Imagine, 1930s, middle of nowhere, dust storms like happening every day, a real desert, you know? And then, bam! Construction on the Hoover Dam starts, bringing thousands of workers to this dusty little town. And what do workers need after a long day pouring concrete? Entertainment, of course. Suddenly, casinos and showgirls start popping up like flowers in the desert. And boom, Las Vegas is born. But like, no family-friendly town, huh? We're talking gambling, alcohol, and good old-fashioned addiction, all served up on a silver platter. It was like someone unleashed a whole bunch of pent-up desires in the middle of the desert, and honestly, things were never the same again. So, Las Vegas in the 1940s and 50s. It was a real mobster's paradise, my friends. Think of guys like Bugsy Siegel, Meyer Lansky, names that would make your grandma clutch her rosary. These guys saw a gold mine in the desert, and I'm not talking about slot machines. They poured tons of money into building fancy casinos, turning Las Vegas into the glittering desert jewel we know today. But, like everything in life, there's a price, right? And in Las Vegas, that price was paid in blood and secrets. Behind the shiny facades, the mob ruled with an iron fist. And let's just say, they weren't afraid to get their hands dirty. We're talking shady deals, hidden agendas, and enough whispered rumors to fill a casino vault. It's like something out of a movie, like Goodfellas, but in real life, believe me. Okay, we've talked about the mob, right? But what if I told you there's something much more sinister hidden under the rug in Las Vegas? Literally, underneath. I'm talking about a network of tunnels that stretches beneath the glitz and the casinos. It's gloomy, mysterious, and believe me, very real. They say these tunnels were built for several things. For example, some were for flood control. After all, the desert and heavy rains don't get along, right? But others, those hold creepier stories. Stories of smuggling, of mobsters running from the police, like something out of a movie. Seriously, it makes your hair stand on end. And the worst part? Some people swear there are still people living in these tunnels. People who have been forgotten, that the city prefers to hide. It's like another world down there. A world of shadows and secrets. And you can be sure, after hearing the stories I've heard, you'll think twice before setting foot in Las Vegas again. It's like Las Vegas has a dark side, you know? While you're up there, spending money, thinking life is just a party, all this is happening right under your nose. It's disturbing. It's fascinating. We all know Las Vegas is pure spectacle, right? Lights, feathers, incredible artists, like a mix of Moulin Rouge and a circus. But what if I told you that behind all that fantasy, there's a pretty harsh reality, like a film noir. A reality of exploitation, fierce competition, and dreams turning to dust, like any talent show, but without the happy ending. Because, let's be honest, everyone in Las Vegas wants to make it big, you know? And that can make people get aggressive, like in a soap opera. There are artists working their butts off, rehearsing like crazy, for a pittance, just for the chance to one day become stars. There are powerful people taking advantage of newbies, promising fame and fortune, like those pyramid schemes, you know? And in the end, the artist is left empty-handed. It's almost pitiful. It's like a soap opera. And that's not all. There are tons of stories behind the scenes. Sabotage. People doing whatever it takes, like stepping on anyone in their way, to get the best time slots, the best stages, like a reality show. It's a fierce fight for a little bit of attention, and that fight isn't always clean, like a high-stakes soccer match. Las Vegas blinds you with all that glitz, makes you believe that anything is possible, that you can become a star overnight. But the reality is, for every success story, there are a ton of people who never make it to the top, who fade into oblivion. like a street musician. Stories of dreams that were shattered, crushed by the entertainment industry, like a meat grinder. It's sad, it's chilling, and it's something we need to be upfront about. We know Las Vegas is Sin City, right? And what's the most tempting sin of all? Gambling. But what happens when gambling becomes an obsession? When the thrill of the bet turns into an addiction that consumes you inside? Because friends, the truth is, the house always wins. And when I say always, I mean always. Casinos are designed to absorb you, to make you lose track of time, money, your own life. It's easy to get lost in that whirlwind of lights, sounds, and promises of quick fortune. That's where things get really scary. People start betting small, just for fun, but soon they are trapped in a vicious cycle of losses and desperate attempts to get their money back. They lie to their families, go into debt, lose their homes, their jobs, their families, all because of addiction. It's heartbreaking to see lives destroyed by gambling addiction. That's why I wanted to talk about this, to show the dark side of fun in Las Vegas. Because sometimes, the most dangerous bet is the one you make with yourself. Las Vegas, right? Everyone knows that a lot of things happen under the table, but there are things we prefer not to even imagine, you know? Like sex trafficking. It's tough, really tough. We see those giant billboards with women in lingerie, all bright. And we don't even think that behind that, there could be a horrible story. Las Vegas attracts all kinds of people, doesn't it? Tourists, gamblers, and people who take advantage of others. And we're talking about a multi-million-dollar industry, with powerful people involved. It's not easy to fight this, but there are people who are fighting, who are trying to help these women escape. I imagine the lives of these girls, you know? So many of them were deceived, trafficked from other countries with the promise of a better life, and they get here and fall into this hell. It's heartbreaking, but there are people who are making a difference. Organizations that help these women get out of this life, that offer shelter, psychological support, you know? It's a light at the end of the tunnel. We have to talk about this, expose all this filth so that things change. Hey everyone! We're talking about Las Vegas, right in the middle of the desert. It's like a giant oasis, with fountains that never stop flowing, green golf courses, and endless pools. But where does all this water come from in the middle of nowhere? The answer is a little scary, to be honest. It's a little creepy. Las Vegas drinks water from Lake Mead, a huge reservoir, like a sea in the desert. But with this drought so strong, the lake is drying up. And what will be the fate of Las Vegas? Will they have to turn off the lights of the city that never sleeps? How ironic. A city that's a symbol of excess, of waste, may end up without the most basic thing, water. And that's not all. There's more to this story. We have to talk about pollution, about the impact of all the energy that Las Vegas consumes, a city that never shuts down. It's scary to think about the future, isn't it? Will Las Vegas become a ghost town like in those Western movies? Or will they be able to turn things around, like a losing team that makes a comeback at the end of the game? We have to pay attention. Pay attention to what's happening. What happens in Vegas no longer stays in Vegas. Things are getting serious. Guys, Las Vegas is like a magnet for weird stories, right? So many people that have passed through here, so much energy, so much money at stake. It's like an off-season carnival. Only the samba is replaced by the sound of slot machines. Of course, there were going to be ghost stories, right? Like the bathroom girl, casino version. And we're talking about sinister places like the Luxor Hotel with that giant pyramid. It looks like the setting of a horror movie like Dracula. They say the halls are haunted by the souls of those who lost everything in the casino. Can you imagine the despair? It must be worse than losing the last slice of pizza in the fridge. And there's the Bellagio Hotel, that elegant one with the water show. It looks like something out of a soap opera. They say the theater is haunted by an actress who died during a performance. Guys, can you imagine the scene? Worse than the ending of a soap opera episode. The lights, the music, and suddenly, a ghost. Like when the power goes out in the middle of a concert, and it doesn't end there. There are more ghosts than in a mystery series. There are people who swear they've seen Elvis Presley wandering around the casinos like a rock and roll spirit. Seriously, Las Vegas is ideal for those who like scary stories. It's like listening to horror stories around a campfire, only the campfire is a giant neon sign. Would you dare to spend a night in one of these haunted hotels? Not me, thank you. I prefer camping in the mountains. Okay, we've already talked about the mob, about the secrets under the strip, about the sad stuff, you know. But this is a whole other level of strange. We're going back underground, but this time it's not about hidden tunnels or anything like that. It's about what they did above ground. Not far from where people were, you know, gambling and sipping cocktails. Imagine aliens landing in the desert, right? It was kind of like that, but instead of aliens, it was giant mushroom clouds. I'm talking about nuclear tests, guys. We're talking about the 50s Cold War. Everyone was scared of the Russians, right? And what did we do? We started detonating bombs in our own backyard, basically. Well, a little further out, in the Nevada desert, but close enough to Vegas that people could see the flashes from the casinos. Can you imagine? Playing roulette, sipping a martini, and suddenly, BAM! The sky lights up like it's the 4th of July. And it wasn't just once, no. They did it over and over again, hundreds of tests. They told everyone that nothing was wrong, that there was no danger. But come on! We know how this story ends. People started getting sick, cancer rates went up, and they tried to cover it all up. It's like they thought they could sweep the radioactive dust under the rug, along with all of Vegas's other dark secrets. It's really creepy, you know? This city was built on this dark history, this cloud of secrecy and danger, and it makes you wonder, what other secrets are still buried in the desert? What haven't they told us? It gives you chills just thinking about it. So, after everything we've uncovered, all the dark secrets, the tragedies, the weird stuff, the question is, what's the future of Las Vegas? Can a city built on sin really change its ways? Or is it doomed to repeat the same cycle of excess and destruction? I mean, Las Vegas tries to reinvent itself, right? Like, the city tries, doesn't it? They build bigger, flashier casinos. They try to attract families instead of just gamblers and bachelor parties. But it's like putting lipstick on a pig, you know? It's like trying to hide the sun with your thumb. It's still the same city deep down with the same problems. The water is running out, the weather is going crazy. It looks like the end of the world, and people are still losing everything at the roulette wheel. And let's be real, the things that make Las Vegas unique, the gambling, the shows, that whole "what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas" mentality, that's also what attracts the bad stuff, the addiction, the exploitation, the crime. It's like a strange paradox. So what do you guys think? Can Las Vegas escape its past? Or is it destined to be swallowed by the desert? A cautionary tale about the dangers of excess and greed. Leave your thoughts in the comments. That's all, folks. The dark side of Las Vegas revealed. I know it's a lot to take in. It's tough. This city is like a giant slot machine, you know? You put in your money, your time, your hope, and sometimes you win big. But most of the time, you end up empty-handed, wondering where it all went wrong. But hey, this is Vegas, right? It's part of the game. It's quite an adventure, for better or for worse. If you liked today's video, please support us by hitting the like button and subscribing to the Hidden Truths channel. Your participation is what keeps us going. Don't forget to check out the video you have on screen now, and I'm sure you'll find it fascinating. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.